Hello, y'all.
Hello.
Yeah, so my pen name is Darkslim. I write stuff. Wrote this one today, so new shit. All right.
New shit.
Don't hype it. All right. This one's called Slivers and Knives and Tongues Too Loose for My Good. Wheel the title? Alright. Slivers and knives and tongues too loose for my good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to break one of the rules here. I'm not supposed to self-harm while on stage, but that's all I've been doing since the time I first stood here. I've been pouring out my pureed heart. And with all this bleeding, I ain't attracted she-wolf. I've been offering up myself to eat me, to end me, to send me somewhere new I know that only she can take me to. I need to stop making excuses for people whose actions and words only serve to make me feel like I lack something. I do a good enough job of that myself. I do not need their help. When it comes to falling short and feeling like a miserable piece of shit, I got my inner demons hard at work at churning out adjectives as it is. The dark side of Slim. I do not flash my smile often, but I can put one on most faces. Most places I feel out of sorts. I sort of feel like I'm always lost, but I know my way back home, where the heart was. My heart makes a home out of vagrant holes in the ground, plants itself in hopes the sun will come a-calling, but it rains too often. I love the rain. Always have.
Facts.
I always have more memories than arms I want around me. Around Me is the name of a song I once heard while I put my arms around a girl I do not know anymore. There's so many people that I don't know anymore. Yet there are so few that I have lost for good. For my good, I should let more of them go. But the more I let go, the more the golden rule with me I struggle. Love them like you would they loved you. And I would have someone love me when I was no good. When I am unlovable is when I would want someone to love me still. I love them still. Even though they seem to be best at turning and heading for the hills, they prove most nimble when they flee, not to be by me when I most need them. Their words are so precise when they want to or don't mean to hurt me. Their tongues are loose and careless any other time. Time is most precious, but they don't seem to value mine. I see them only for a time after a year or so goes by, and I'm left with questions that all begin with why. They reach out to ask me questions and praise my wisdom. I look at them in their face and say, I only know what you taught me. Out of my mouth is what you want from me, and it ain't what you give me. No way. It's the crumbs you spare from your dinners, the kind you sprinkle on my plate, and I smile polite like and eat them gratefully anyway. When it's time for me to make a meal for you, it's the best I got, plus a piece of my heart and a side of my soul, and a secret or two I ask for you to hold on to, because I am not most afraid of being alone.
Pull up.
When it's time for me to make a meal for you, it's the best I got, plus a piece of my heart and a side of my soul, and a secret or two I ask for you to hold on to, because I am not most afraid of being alone. I'm never alone. Or so the voices in my head tell me. No, I am most afraid of being forgotten about without ever being known. I'm having trouble holding on too, not to life. That's a promise I will never break. I felt like taking my own and hurling it off a bridge once, and I will never feel like that again. But I mean holding on to hope. The kind I fashioned with my own two hands and wrapped like a blanket round your back. This went from them to one real quick. One who quickens my heart rate, something fierce. She knows who she is. And when I write about it, she tells me it's uncomfortable. Like I'm supposed to know what the fuck that means. I mean, maybe I'm a fool who fell in love with the vessel that the universe sent to save me. Made a forest out of one tree. Save me, please, from my ego and self-important view of things. Who the fuck am I that God would intervene? What kind of God would send me an angel so keen to sin the way I would love to? But she don't want to sin with me. She don't want a single thing except to be as far away from me as she could be, with plainly as it seems, ragdoll, tearing at the seam. Sew it up, it hurts so much. Hold me tight while you sleep. I dream. I dream of different choices I could have made to make you stay. I think of how no matter what you've done or do, I know I'll feel the same. And you would never have to make a big deal out of my name day. Hell, whenever you even write my name, I feel born again. And them's the kind of things I like to say because they make you squeamish. I like to write about how much I miss you because it makes you squirm. I like to tell you about how I kiss you, because it is your apple. It is in your apple, a worm. It's the only rise I can get out of you short of silence, but that's no fun. Silence means you're probably fucking him, instead of fucking around with me, who sits to write and choose these lines, you one bit at a time, and those who read the whole of you will see what drove me mad, how the word beautiful I can no longer use in our text to describe you as it is banned, and I wonder if that's because you think I mean it. Or if you don't feel it's true unless it's from another man, eyes of the beholder. And you've done a great job staying out of sight. I still have my memories of when I thought things were just fine. The lies I told myself that you might one day be mine. The lies I am so good at. Maybe I should reforge them with new fires. Wear them round my neck until they weigh me down, my heart's desires, and make weary my legs as I drag them into tomorrow without the sunrise promise of your smile. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. Survival. I was never taught how to love myself, only how to be selfish, and to think less of who I was compared to everyone else. Can you see how fucked up that is? And why how I feel about this girl is so important? Doesn't even matter anymore. I know that I could hurt from now until the day I die. I could swat away the thoughts of her kissing someone else like flies until the light leaves my eyes. I'm sorry this is so bitter, but I had to get this off my chest with some style. I've been so angry for so long, I forgot what it felt like to lay some burdens down. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna tell myself that it isn't a joy to make you smile, that you are no different from the rest, that the sweetest lips I will ever know do not belong to you, that the most unworthy I ever felt was when we kissed and I could tell you didn't expect it to feel so good, that your trust is worth 1,000 empty vaults, that you were never there when I needed someone the most, that you will find someone who will give you more of themselves than I would. That all these poems I've written about you will amount to nothing more than ashes and will never be found in a bound book for you to hold. That you aren't even worth me finishing this line or the next one. The funny thing about lies, though, the best ones always have a measure of truth. Let me add one more to the pile to eclipse all of the above. Whatever it is I feel for you.
Ooh.
It's not love.
It's not love. Fuck that bitch.